The biggest grifters in crypto are the Bitcoin logo people. That's right, baby dolls. I'm actually going to tell you the truth right now. Fact, the biggest grifters in crypto are all hiding behind a Bitcoin logo. What? Yes. Yes, they actually are. Dollar for dollar, based off win rates, based off loss rates, undeniable data. The biggest grifters are Bitcoin logo people. More money has been lost behind Bitcoin logos than literally anything in crypto. It's true. Everything else, friends, I know it sounds wild. You're like, Sommi, you're telling me the pump and dumps, the Soilana pump tires, pump fun, pump everything, the JP casino, the memes, the grifting, the alt season up and down. Yes, they actually don't compare to the Bitcoin logo grifting. The most amount of money grifted from people has been from Bitcoin logo people, and it's not even close. And it's all from leverage trading. Okay? It really is, friends. So I have this cute peppy picture here giving you the forbidden knowledge, the forbidden fruit. Don't eat from the forbidden fruit. And here she is, Lady Peppy. Instead of a lower back butterfly tattoo, she's got a Bitcoin logo. Okay? It's true. I got Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I'm just telling you it's fact, dude. Just everybody's going to have to get over it because it's true. Okay? So when alt seasons happen, the Bitcoin logo influencers choose to put their audience in leverage trading so they can earn commission. Okay? We're going to go through that as well. So friends, look, look, it's not about pointing fingers. Don't worry about the people. The people's faces change. In each cycle, it's another face. It's another face. It's another name. Big smiley teeth. Whatever, man. Oh, this guy's smart. This guy's... Their body types change. The races change. The logo change. Everything changes, man. I'm just telling you, it's a game of winners and losers, friends. It is what it is, okay? You're playing a game. And if you are stepping in a casino where there's a freaking meat grinder and you're on the conveyor belt with all the rest of the cows, it's not going to end pretty. So you have to align yourself with friendship and kindness. Do you know earlier in the month of Marwai, okay, so during the month of Marwai, friends, look what happened. I mean, Willy Woo makes his post. Ever wondered what the end game for altcoins versus Bitcoin is? Altcoins 10 trillion, Bitcoin 100 trillion. He said Bitcoin dominance gone above 90%. So there's two parts to this. There's the whole nefarious part where people in general, Bitcoin logo people will say, hey, sign up to leverage trading. They'll do that. And then there's other people where it's just crowd mania. You know, when Bitcoin dominance goes up one way, it does this things a bit. This does this to people. So you actually learn, right? Just because someone's been holding an asset and it's been going one direction for a long time, it doesn't make them holier than thou. And you really got to learn this, friends, because during the bull market, who wins? The people who have bought and held in the bear market, which is what we did. You don't want to make the same mistake as the new people coming in. The new people coming in, they have been watching buy and holders get crushed, especially in altcoins. So they will be trying to trade back and forth, and they'll get cucked. And they'll try it again, they'll get cucked. Then they'll try to buy an AI bot system or a trading bot system. They get fooled by these, like, you know, dog shit exchange terms like, do grid trading or market makers, or garbage. And they realize they made no money. The cycle's been running for multiple months in a row, right, with altcoins, and then they finally throw it in. They do like bigger leverage trading, or they just come buy the tops for altcoins, okay? It's a process of how people get there. So now that you understand it, you'll be able to truly grasp what I'm talking about here, right? Like I said, friends, when the alt seasons happen, okay, a lot of volume comes through on exchanges. You know, crypto, friends, that's what happens here. Because we are a commodity, the volume all comes up at the highs. This is Bitcoin last season, yeah? All the volume comes at the highs, okay? You know, in a commodity, there's no volume at the lows. It dies. That's why even in Bitcoin, you can see as the things go down, like there's just the size of the candles are low. And it's inverse to the stock market. In the stock market, if you watch the S&P 500, what happens is its volume basically gets crushed as it goes up. right? It does low volume. There's nobody else willing to take the other side of your bet. It's just like, look at this. Look at this. Coil. Nothing. The big volatility of stonks come in the crashes. The volatility on the way down. See that? Zombie virus. Huge volatility. But look what's happening on the way up. Oh, cool. Everything's sweet. So that's why in crypto, it's dangerous, right? So let's continue. The stats are actually shocking. Only 1% of crypto leverage trading accounts have more money after 12 months of starting. Real stats. Yeah, real stats. So someone opens up a Bybit or Binance or Hyperliquid, whatever. They open up an account today. In 12 months from now, 99% of those people will have a smaller starting account. Their account will be smaller. It'll either be zeroed out completely or they'll just be lower. Literally have a loss rate. 99% failure rate. Can you believe that, friends? So, interesting. People who are in crypto, especially Bitcoin logo people, right? Bitcoin, you know what I'm talking about, yeah? Bitcoin only people. They hide behind the Bitcoin logo. They're at the Bitcoin 2025 conference talking events every year. There's a lot of scummery and stuff going on, which is all right, man. It's an industry. I get it. We're all growing. There's teething issues. You got to figure out who the snakes are. We get the cycles, but I don't care about them, man. They've made a lot of money. I care about you. Do you understand how sick and twisted you are as a human being to do these mental gymnastics where you can understand the fiat monetary system, central bank Ponzi, the collapse of fiat cycles? You understand all of that. Yet when you are presented with information that says, oh, you know your leverage trading shilling, 99% of the people you send get murdered. And they look at that and they go, nah, I'm going to keep doing it. And they do. The bigger the influencer, the bigger the K-roll, the more they do it. How do they sleep at night? You got to tell yourself something. I know how they sleep at night. They go, oh, but I never told you to bet everything. Oh, but I told you to use a stop loss. I told you to do it responsibly. Okay, man. You can tell yourself whatever you want. It's junk. Friends, imagine you're having a party and you're serving everybody punch. You know, like drink. And imagine I told you, hey, you know this punch? For 100 people that drink it, 99 are going to be shitting their guts out. They're literally going to be leaking out of their butthole liquid diarrhea. Have you ever had that? I have. It's pretty fun until it's not. You run out of undies pretty quick. Liquid diarrhea. Imagine someone said, well, you know what? 99 out of 100. So you're telling me one person's not going to have it? Cool. What would you think? Okay, take it a step further. What about if you were handing out drugs? Imagine 99 out of 100 people died. Do you understand what we're dealing with? Okay, well, this is you're losing money. Now, why am I using that analogy? Some people say, oh, that might go too far. No, bro. No. The people with all the money who have already taken risk years ago are trying to keep all the retailers to keep buying the top of BTC and not look at dirty altcoins, okay? But look at the incentives. They've already made a shitload of money. So, of course, they're going to be saying that, right? It's not about being right or wrong. Just look at the incentives. Of course, they're going to be talking like that. But that's okay. Why the leverage, though? Why do you do that? If Bitcoin was really going to $13 million, like you all believe, why the leverage? You don't need the leverage. You're already in. You're already 100x on side. You are still my Habibi Albi, though. Now, I understand the hypocrisy. The hat I'm wearing says, don't be a loser, keep gambling. Makes you think. It's real, friends. How do you understand everything about markets and finance and liquidity? And you're like, oh, let me go provide people in this world a 99% loss rate item. Only 1% of people win. Friends, like I've explained for you in markets, okay? Crypto volatility is especially disgusting. But remember, friends, remember the pyramid I explained to you? So you have a pyramid of everyone. literally, when you're looking at it, okay, the bottom 60% are losing, okay? Just total loss, yeah? The bottom 60% are losing. The next 30% are pretty much, what's happening is they're pretty much break even, slightly profitable. All right, B. Break even is like, so they're making anywhere from $1 profit to minimum wage. But that's like 1 year. That's every year. Next year, they could be losing again, you know? And then the top 10% are winning everything. Now, of that top 10%, 5% of that 10%, they're like making enough to sustain, and the top 5% are absolute killers. But that's everybody who's trading and doing it full time. See how disgusting those numbers are? You're like, wait a minute. So 10% of people are crushing it. No. This is the professional set. This is the majority. This is a lot of the professional set. Yeah. What about willy-nilly people who are funneled through like YouTube channels and Twitter channels? You're not 5% win rate, bro. You're literally 1% win rate. And they know this. They know the stats, friends. And they make a lot of money. Probably wondering, Sommi, there must be a lot of money to be made. Oh, yeah. Let's go through that. The worst part is all these KOLs, they know these facts, they still do it. Now, here's the thing, friends. I don't care about any individual person, okay? It's a free world. I am trying to protect people, yeah? I'm just giving you information. You can do with this information what you want. If you think you are part of the top 1%, go for your life. God bless you. Good luck with your leverage trading. Go give them your money for your commissions, okay? I'll also just warn you as well, exchanges hunt stops all the time. All the time, friends. You know how many stories I have? Like, so many people told me stop. They show me screenshots all the time. But it's happened to me. You have a stop on the exchange. They literally ping it all the way down, grab your stop to the tick and rush up. Like, we're just, not just FTX did it. FTX, Binance, Bybit, like, everyone does it. We all know that, okay? So you got to be more professional. If you're doing swing trading, I'm saying just good luck, right? Really good luck. You need more than luck, actually. You need proper skill, friends. So look at the amount of money we're talking about. So we have Chris, friends, made $100 million. But think about this, all right? The $100 million, his house is $25 million. I even show you as well from like this is what's going to be interesting, right? Some more, maybe the big KOLs of crypto will be kind enough to give us more classic top signals and stuff. Just to let you know, so Chris, friends, I mean, shout out to Chris. Chris got Influence of the Year 3 years in a row or something. This is the video, top signal. Literally, you go to November 2021. I actually show you. Kind of funny, man. Just wild. I wonder if we're going to see this stuff again. Let's go to November 2021. I'll bring it for you right here. Here it is. Here is November, the top, right? This is this video appearing. So you have this.
Welcome to my new house. I recently published a photo and people were asking how I was able, after driving in a taxi 4 years ago, to live in a house like this. Here you can see this is the car of my friend. It's my car, Bentley Mansouri GTC. Let's go in, I will show you around. Okay, so this is the main entrance. Here's the living room. We have a very nice sunset view, usually sitting area here.
So you have all of this stuff, lots of wealth, big house, giant house. I get it, friends. Look, I'll just tell you, man, look, it goes all the same way. Young, impressionable kids and like middle-aged people as well, they see that, they go, wow, how did you make that? And like, oh, Bitcoin. And they're like, oh, but Bitcoin's really expensive. It just went up like a couple of X's. They go, there's something else, you know? You do turbo leverage on the BTC. Now, look, Chris is a good trader. I'm just letting you know, man, there's something you got to know when it comes to the money and stuff, everything you see, right? When you're seeing a $25 million, $100 million house tour, friends, these are the rumors that will spread around, yeah. So just one account. This is just Chris. Imagine all the others, by the way. He was making up to $10 million per month in leverage trading referral link shills. 10 million. Those are the numbers that were like we heard around. 10 million, bro. That's wild. That's crazy. Also, Crypto Kobe saw, you know, Carl the Moon, friends? Carl the Moon. So, of course, you know, these guys, they make it to Forbes and stuff, and they say all the generic stuff. They're like, hey, I believe, if you dream it, you can believe it. And it's all from Bitcoin, all Bitcoin, Bugatti. You see all these, man. Carl Friends, obviously everyone knows. Carl Friends got caught in 2021 doing some simulated trades and then mark them off as real and stuff. But what I've actually found is, I'll say people on Twitter, they get really upset. Like that, oh, maybe some of these people, they're not even doing real trades. You're not getting it, man. People aren't signing up because they want to trade and make money, bro. People are signing up because they're hotel cocktail enjoyers. They like seeing that. It gives them some sort of inspiration, right? They love seeing that. They don't think about anything else. They just want to marvel in that. They want to see that, right? Now, here's the thing. A lot of the people, friends, have honest and nice responses. We're like, hey, man, thank you. Like, I look up to you. I come from this poor country. I can make it. You know what I mean? It gives them some dream. So I don't want to take away from them. But look where it leads you, bro. You know, look where it leads you. It leads you to 1% win rate stuff. So Crypto Kobe and others reported that Carl, friends, they heard he had made $100 million in the month in 2021. 1 month. 100 million. Now, we don't know if it was off the cuff because sometimes he does a lot of LARPing. So, for example, he'll say, like in 1 month, he said he lost $10 million in a trade. Yeah, he said that once. He goes, I lost $10 million. And then you check it. He's like, no, he got liquidated on a trade. He lost 10 Bitcoin when they were 20K. So he lost 200K. But he goes, oh, in my mind, Bitcoin's going to $1 million. So I lost, 10 million or 20 million. You know what I mean? So there's sometimes a bit of LARPing of that. So remember, it's a free world and they can do what they want. And of course, they're just taking the top of the top. But these aren't all made. These things that are coming here, that are flashing in your face, man, they're coming from the leverage exchanges. They're coming from the casinos. Right? The casino, friends, makes money off the volume. Yeah. They make money off the volume. You know how you make money on volume on Uniswap, providing liquidity? Okay, but the exchange has an edge. The exchange can force volume. They control the accounts. It's no secret, right? So if they have an incentive to force volume and ping people around, because that's how it gives them more yield. That's how they yield this. If you're sitting on Uniswap, you just got to basically let the market do what it's going to do. But they have power. They can see everyone. So that's why most people continuously get wrecked. And by the way, even if the exchanges, here's the thing. I just throw the exchanges in as like the cherry on top. Even if the exchanges were totally innocent all the time, which we know they're not, but even if they were, who cares? It's still 1% win rate, man. Everyone's getting cucked and they know it. Makes you think, man. And this is the funniest part. These guys, man, they shit all over altcoins. They call them, those dirty altcoins. Nothing as pure as Bitcoin. I'm like, bro, the hypocrisy. Altcoins have an infinitely higher win rate than 1% leverage trading if you're holding spot altcoins. So that's why I'm telling you, man, the strategy, you need to make it, you have to take the other side of the crowd. The crowd says Bitcoin dominance is going up forever. The crowd says Ethereum is going home. That's what the crowd says. The crowd says altcoins going to zero. The crowd says we're never going to recover again. The crowd says business ISM has been 30 months down below 50. It's going to go down for another 300 months. That's what the crowd says. I say the opposite. I'm willing to hold forever. I don't know when, but I'm willing to hold forever. I don't know when it's going to turn. I thought it was going to turn last year, every single month of the year. Maybe next month, maybe next month, maybe next month. It didn't. It keep holding. You know markets, right? They can stay irrational a lot longer than you can stay solvent. So like I got to remind you, friends, it's a free world and, everyone can do what they want. But at least now, right, I've told you the truth. This is a cute orange juice moonshine factory going on here, a bootleg version. So remember, man, with this trading game, here's the thing, friends. Like, I'm telling you, like, honestly, it's up to me. I'm master of the universe. Let him keep trading, bro. Keep doing it. You're suckers, bro. You are money for me later. They're money for you and me. Why do you think people come and FOMO buy the top of altcoins? It's because they get cucked doing the leverage trading. That's why. They realize, oh crap, we got to get into other stuff. So I know it's a bit cruel like that. Also, this is a bit of another cherry on top, and there's a lot of cherries on this cake, friends. They all call Richard Hart to be a scammer. It just wouldn't it be funny if we had the biggest Altseason of all time? It's funny, man. They all call Richard Hart to be a scammer. He's Richard on his chair, Warlord Richard. It's just, you know, it's something interesting, man. It's like, so I hope you take that on board. That's the actual truth of the crypto industry, friends. There, the most money ever made on grifting has come behind the Bitcoin logo, and it's not even close. Yeah, it's all become the. You go look at the Bitcoin volume, friends. Everyone's signing up, everyone getting dicked, over and over and over again. So here's the thing, right? Bitcoin leverage is the easiest way to participate with leverage. Sign up to exchange, turn up the slider, you're going to be doing leverage trade within like 6 seconds, okay? And it's comfortable, right? Because you have the Bitcoin logo there. And you go, oh, wow, I just got a bet on it going up or down. This thing can never go wrong. I just got a bet on it going up or down, up or down. Where's your edge? You got no edge. Well, obviously, top 5% of people do have edge, yeah? Out of retailers, top 1%. So you have to seek other things down the risk curve. That's why I make the highest value content in crypto here for you. We look at memes, cults, religions. We look at coins where the network effect is still there. There's tattoos. There's logos. Pulse Chain, multiple conferences in the year. Just example, Chainlink, real world assets, Ethereum, yeah, ETH-BTC is cucked, but it's got all the stable coins, okay? Vitalik stopped drinking soy, raising up the layer 1. You see? BlackRock literally buying Ethereum. Donald Trump's kids literally saying to buy Ethereum. Donald Trump himself on chain literally owning Ethereum. You stack all those, that's your edge. You go, oh my gosh, I'm on the right track. I just got to keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it seems like forever, but I got to keep waiting. I'm in spot of these coins. I'm going to keep believing. You see that? That's your edge over time. You don't have to change direction 15,000 times. That's your edge. But you have to go further down the risk curve. And you know what? Not everyone's going to find my videos. Not everyone's going to be exposed to the highest value content in crypto, but they don't deserve it, man. They like sitting in the hotel cuck chair. Someone's going to have to come and buy the top. They're going to learn the hard way. You, most likely, you're not doing this leverage trading stuff. You're like a cycle ahead of them. There's all these people getting cucked. They're going to learn the hard way about markets and cycles. They thought crypto was free money. Look at the pain we have to go through. So now you get to see a different perspective, a 3D perspective, if you will. The truth about the crypto industry, huh? It's the Bitcoin logo. But it makes you think, man, when will the fangs come out, my friends? The fangs, the real fangs, will come out when Bitcoin dominance sinks so far low, it's stripped everybody in it from all their dreams. And what I mean by everybody, all the retailers, because they outnumber everyone. That's when the fangs come out. That's why we're going to see this develop over time. And just remember, man, it's all the risk curve, right? Remember, most important thing. Why does leverage trading really put the disadvantage on you? Why is it really tough? Why do you got to be 100% on? It's because you're not just betting on a price direction. You have a timer there too. Okay, that's why. You're dealing with the price dimension and the time dimension. You're dealing with two, makes it double difficult. And everyone's trying to do it. That's trading, okay? Leverage trading. You're borrowing other people's money to trade with a price dimension and a time dimension. Okay, 1% win rate. There you go. What about when you're long-term spot holding? You only got to worry about one thing, the price dimension. If you're willing to wait forever, cool. You don't have a timer. You're not borrowing other people's money who say, I need this money by this point. You're not using a 2x leverage long so that if the thing drops 50%, you get wiped out. Do you see? That's why the odds of winning are significantly in your favor when you're doing long-term holding. And you have the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest, working for you because they keep printing money in the background, as you've seen. Okay, so that's how we keep stacking our edge over time. Now, I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it's going to all work out. It will. You don't know. That's what life throws you curveballs. We thought we are going to get business ISM to be cucked, for like 15 months max or 12 months. Now we've got 30. Okay, but what about the other people? What about the people doing leverage longs? What about when they miss out on double bubble alt season? Because instead of DCA buying something for the past 20 months, what if they were just too busy getting cucked in leverage trading? What about that world? They've literally given that world a 0% probability of occurring. I think it's way higher. Market's completely mispricing that. What about the world where the altcoins literally get a double bubble alt season and you realize you've wasted a whole cycle because you were following people, buying $25 million mansions in Dubai? See? It's just a matter of time, friends. So like I say, don't be a loser. Keep gambling. Like, subscribe, press the belly button, and then press all. Don't forget he loves you. Catch you soon.